You need to know what makes us happy, be with us through all our struggles. It's shoulder for us to cry on and on to find comfort in, but mostly it just means always being there no matter what. Words are great, but actions speak much more louder. This is what makes my relationship with my mom more than just my mom. This special connection that we have, something that most will never truly understand. No longer having that is what scares me the most about the person outliving my parents, especially my mom. So that's what he has to say. Then his next part of his art is it could happen in a heartbeat. What happens to me if I live out my parents? This is a very good question, one I find more important quite often. The question really came to front for me when my both parents were in a car accident about a year ago and a half. Thankfully, they were okay, but the realization how quickly everything could just change in a heartbeat has caused me to really worry what my life would look like like if I no longer had my parents. Everything happens in a heartbeat when you least expect it. Outliving my parents, especially my mom, or at least outliving her abilities to continue in my primary care, something that is always on my mind, especially with her getting older and not finding easy as it once was. Now with the COVID world that we find ourselves in today, it could become reality at any time. Like I said, this article was created in 2022 when COVID was, so that's why he mentions COVID in this article. So next part of it is gonna mention some options, like options that you know options you might have to look into. If for some reason your parents can't take care of you. I know that I do have a great family. It does allow me something not I will have always have them. My brother and sister will do everything in their power to make sure that I was taken care of, but I also wouldn't want to have to stop living their life to care for me either, especially with them having their own families, which it can be true. A family member might have their things to do, and obviously you don't want them to be like interrupt whatever they're doing in life, especially if they have a family. That's quite a dilemma for me to reconcile because at some point that will most likely I find myself in. I hope that's not something I will need to do anytime soon, but I know that I should have also the plans in place for when the time comes. It's a very clear thing for me to even discover my family because not having my mom is something that I can't even imagine. Like for me, I don't really have option one. I feel like not an option. Don't really have anyone that I feel like could be be the person to take care of me if it comes to family. Then there's option two, underpaid caregiver. I know it's unnecessary good thing that I only rely on my mom, but for us, that's the reality we have. Lived for my entire life. I live in a small town. There really no other option of care for me besides my parents. My town's a little bit. It's getting bigger as time goes by, so I'm not worried about living in a small town. There are programs to help of finding qualified people to care for me is almost impossible, which is true.